We live.
Valley's barely live.
They dying. They struggling.
No, Costin.
Not performance related though, they say.
That's what I would want said.
Wow, so Joe Valeno, Larkin, Raymond, Cat, Confer, Raz. Oh, actually moving Cot back to center on the third line.
This could be Valeno's chance, man. Imagine
Ah,
Valeno comes out here, lights up the lamp, and then we could get to a point where we couldn't have been more wrong.
but we would also
Went from
be
healthy
so
scratching
happy.
to top line.
I'd really like to be wrong.
We already were, so it's just a matter of
Yeah.
how wrong.
I want to be as wrong as possible. I want us to be the people that when we say someone's going to be bad, they end up just being the best thing ever. We could go 2 for 2.
What's the other one?
JMO.
Definitely not wrong there yet.
Yeah, the Hughes brothers are pretty special. I think you would actually be able to say not accomplishment based yet, but they are probably better than the Stahl trio. They might be the best trio of brothers to ever play.
So what, you're just talking on like pure skill? Or
I
like
mean, about what they could be. Like Mark Stahl was fine. Eric Stahl had a really good short sprint and then just kind of was fine. And Jordan's definitely stood the test of time. But I mean, Quinn Hughes is the first player to 30 points this year. Jack Hughes is pretty crazy. And I believe they said his name was Luke Hughes. Is that who we were just watching? He looks pretty good himself. Quinn Hughes is probably like, what, maybe like the third best offensive defenseman. He's definitely in the conversation to be in the top three.
yeah.
What's up, MSU?
Hey MSU.
If Sandine Pellica could be like our version of Quinn Hughes, that would be epic. I think we would be ecstatic. And maybe people then could get off like Sider's back for not being crazy offensively performing right now. Do better
So
everything in hockey.
is puck drop not 7 then?
I thought it was, but it always like takes a little while. It's never really like right then.
This is why sports suck.
But all this valuable commercial money right now. Are you going to go to the Detroit Sinus Center, Josh? Oh, that logo. Oh, did you see that logo? You
I made that
rewind
logo.
for that.
I designed that logo.
I don't take anything back.
Okay, so we can't use arrows in your app. Okay. I have to click and snipe, which would be hell late in a broadcast. All right, I'm not gonna hate because for the sole reason that it's so bad, this could be like their kid made it, and that's pretty cool if they used it. If someone got paid decent money and they like went to a graphic designer and that's when they got, I have no comment.
I don't know when that place would have opened up, but something tells me, Josh, that might be a logo from like the 90s, early 2000s. They just have not changed it.
I did see MSU swept Wisconsin. I did see that. That's
Wow.
sick.
Get Scotty out of there. Scotty can't play hockey.
Still pissed they didn't give us that light up roof that we were promised when they
That
did
would
their
have been,
early renditions.
yep, that would have been super sick. Would have been really, really
You would
cool.
have seen that during all these primetime football games because you know they would have put like Go Lions or something on the roof for them.
Yep.
The way that other cities like they like change the colors, like in New York, how they change the colors of like the Empire State Building and stuff like that.
Yep. Would have been real nice
But
to have.
but in fairness, hold on. I'm gonna walk my statement back now. After seeing how much money the damn sphere has lost, and like the big thing was that it's like this big like, oh, like everyone takes pictures, it's got the high photos and everything and like their videos of it. Maybe saving the money, maybe it would have been spending a lot of money on something for not much return. We'd be seeing some other negative effects as a result. Ticket prices would be like 3 times as much as they already are.
How
The puck
about,
is dropped, everybody.
that's right, that's right, that's right. Fairly
If you happen to be trying to sync up with us, our timer is at 19, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20.
What's up, Honolulu Blue in the face? No, definitely not, because I was too young to really feel anything like that.
I
Much
think
too
I've
young.
gone most of my life not caring about the Devils.
I didn't like Marty Brodeur.
You don't like any goalie that stands a little bit different than what you picture.
That's not even true.
I feel like that's the consistency I find. Whenever you point out a goal you don't like and you don't really have a reason for it, they're usually a little unorthodox.
Mika Kiprusoff was not unorthodox. I think he was very orthodox.
I didn't
I
say
just
all of
didn't
them. I
think he
said
was great.
usually. I said usually.
Who else comes to mind? Oh my gosh.
None. Only the consistent feeling.
Dougie Hamilton looks like someone I wouldn't get along with.
Dougie Hamilton looks like someone who wouldn't like you.
True. Would love to see this team not come out flat-footed, especially against a fast team like the Devils. Can be pretty dangerous. Are we going to drop this puck or no? Thank you. Oh, they're going to get some nice pressure in on this shift. Looks like one of their top lines, maybe the top line. Got Lion in the net.
Yeah, we'll see how these lines do. At this point, the Wings have been so not very good. I'm open to anything.
Raz, please, God, hit the net.
What's up, Noah?
We've been saying that too much this year with you. Just begging. Oh. Not a bad shot by Sprong. Broke some ankles up at the blue line. All right, this line's doing work. Oh, Sprong on the side. Oh. Sucks. That was real close. Top line with Veleno on it right now. Larkin and Raymond. I give the coaching staff credit. I've been pretty critical of them not changing things when things aren't working, and we've lost 4 of our last 5. So I wish I saw different changes, but changes are changes.
What other changes you want?
I think I'm starting to get on board I wouldn't mind seeing an Edvinsson get an opportunity, because the last 5 games or so, I think defense has been pretty poor, and maybe it's a healthy scratch, light a fire under somebody moment. I want to see us change what we're doing on the power play for sure. I think that's what I want to see happen the most.
I'm still in they'd bring him up if he should be brought up, because I don't watch Griffin's games. If I was watching some Griffin's games and I was seeing Ed look really good, I'd be a little more willing to jump on the, like, hey, I'd like to see him get moved up. I have not watched any Griffin's games, and frankly, I don't know how. So I guess if he's not here, he's probably not supposed to be it.
I agree with that overall.
I just mean, like, I don't want. I'm not going to ask for players that I don't have a reason to ask for, unless there's like some known high level performance that's like consistently buzzing through the Wings fandom. Oh, like, I'm not really hearing anything about any of these guys that are down there right now.
Neither am I, really.
I've only been checking the stats on the goalies once in a while, just because I know we've been struggling in that department.
Good step up by Wallman. Shot on net. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so he should have shot that.
Yes. Wallman not
I'm gonna go ahead and
shooting
guess
is
he
crazy.
had no idea. There's no way he had any idea the goalie wasn't in the net, which sucks.
I know he was trying to block it, but Wallman also looked like he was playing forward in front of the net there. It was pretty fortunate for us that the Devils were changing both defensemen there.
Yeah, same. That's kind of where I'm like I feel like normally I'd be like, yeah, like I feel like in previous years I'd be like, yeah, let me see Edvinsson, let me see whatever, but like I can't back that up. I can only say, like, so really I'm not even asking for Edvinsson. If I'm gonna say that now, that's really me just making a comment on what I'm seeing at the Red Wing level.
Yep,
I have
that's
no
all I
idea
see.
what I'm actually asking for if I ask for anyone to be called up.
That's why I said I think I'm just starting to lean that way of being a little frustrated with what's up here. Congratulations, Justin Hall. Hoping we're gonna keep that in.
The
Yes, it
lines are
is,
super
Noah.
mixed, Noah.
Very, very. Got Valeno up on the top line. Cops back to third line center. Shoot the puck, Cat, please.
Yeah, you love it when your shooters don't shoot.
In that spot, man, I've seen a lot of really good shooters shoot on the Red Wings from that spot and take some really nice shots.
That's the guy you'd want taking that shot too. I don't know what that was.
We went 11-7 and Costin is not in the game. Wow. So they just straight up must have had too many players like on the ice. It wasn't even during a change or anything. At least like not like a puck just being like put around near that spot. Like play was just kind of flowing.
Picked up a new hat. You see it? Picked up a new hat this weekend.
I was gonna ask. Is that a big Red Wings logo on the side?
Yeah.
That's sick. I
Red
love
Wings logo on the side. Billy loves big logos.
Yes, absolutely. There are some NHL hats out there. I think you have one. I think it's your other Red Wings hat. The NHL emblem on it is like big, flashy, and like thick, you know? That's so sick. Too many hats, don't know where it is.
I have a lot of fucking hats.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I love my hats. Like, I've gotten to the point now where I have so many hats that like I could go multiple weeks, like several weeks at this point, and never repeat them.
Whoa, DeBrinket's on the third line? I thought he was on the second with Comfer and Raz. And then third line was Cop, Fabry, and I can't remember who else.
What Red Wings hat are you talking about with the big NHL logo?
I thought you had one that had like a massive NHL logo on it.
What was on the front? My only other Wings like
Is it
hat
just
hat
the
is
D?
literally just this.
I thought you had one that was like the Detroit D.
That's like a winter hat.
Hmm.
I had another one, but you had a dog that destroyed it like 15 years ago.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember?
No.
I had a really nice Red Wings hat that I really liked that had that like old school Detroit D. There's a picture of it buried somewhere. No, it was like the brim was like all chewed up and destroyed.
Yeah. How much shit did you lose in my house?
I mean, it's not like I lost it there. Once it was destroyed, and the other time it was thrown away. So like,
I didn't mean lost as in couldn't find. I meant like,
yeah, I have definitely left your home with less things than I've entered it with over the years, I would say.
Callie
That is
ruined
true.
it?
That is true. I mean, I kind of donated it to being ruined. It was to she got like one of those henna tattoos at Cedar Point, and it was started to rain, and I let her use it to cover it because we just paid like $1,000 for the damn henna tattoo.
Wait, a real tattoo?
No, a henna one. A
I
henna
don't know
tattoo.
what that is.
It's like a temporary tattoo that they do like with like some like inky stuff. I don't know exactly what it is, but
Yes, MSU, and it was for non-performance related reasons, they said. But
when you
Red-
specify that makes me sussy. You could have just said he was out and I wouldn't have thought much of it. Now I'm overthinking it. Ooh, big chance for Raymond. The passing is a little cleaner. We like this. Mm,
Through the crease. Okay.
30 seconds left in the power play. I like it.
Oh my
It's
gosh, he kept
close.
that in.
If we score here, they'll review that.
Yeah. And we're just taking shots that the goalie can see.
Still, that's still good. And now their power play is likely over.
I'm glad we're just taking shots that goalies can see. Like it's really nice. It's a really good thing to do. I'm pretty sure on that shot from Larkin, Perron's sitting on the side of the net doing
What the?
absolutely nothing.
This team is like, I gotta know. I'm good. I'm looking at the stats. I'll be back.
What team are you looking up?
The Wings. I want to
Okay.
see. Want to see some stuff.
Sounds like you have an opinion. You're looking for some support.
I just want to know, like, if because I don't watch every team, so I want to know if we're as bad as I think we are.
Ooh, Sherratt with a tough hit. How can we not connect on these passes and get these out? Yeah, Missy, I don't hate the 11-7. And honestly might just be what's best for this team. But thank you for the list, MSU. Oh, wow. Are they calling that? How don't you call that? Was it really that incidental? It didn't look incidental. You know what?
All right, my
Respect to
belief
him.
is not at all validated. If anything, it's anti-validated. So I concede. We are actually top 4 in the department I was going to talk shit on.
What
I was gonna say,
department?
I feel like we turn the puck over a lot. We have the 4th fewest turnovers in the league.
I don't know if they call turnovers like when you're just dumping it out of your zone, like you're just trying to.
No, I'm talking about literally passing it to the other team or making a terrible pass that the other team ends up
Oh,
with.
okay.
That's what I feel like I see. I want the clutch stat on that. I want to know how many opportune passes we blow. I want to know giveaways on the power play. How about that?
Oh, that's good. We'll get a stat team soon, Josh.
Yeah, that's gonna be first on the list.
Oh, wow. That puck came back off those boards quick. Good pinch by Sherratt. So in the neutral zone, we're doing a pretty good job of not letting them skate it in, but for whatever reason, Cop and Sprong can't pass 3 feet to one another. Oh, good opportunity for the Devils. Good block. Okay, 2-1. Nope, never mind. I got too excited. Hmm. This is the icing.
This is the boring game that we had a couple weeks ago, but faster.
Yes.
This is the same game, but it's like times like 1.5 speed. Like it's just a little bit like 50% faster pace on the ice, but equally as nothing's really happening.
Yeah. The one thing that I did want to mention that kind of came up a little earlier is Comfer looked like he caught a guy pretty dirty when you were looking up some stats, and I guess I would lean towards it was probably incidental, but it just didn't look like it.
What happened to that guy?
It looked like a little toe pick, but I thought his ankle
Look
was
at
about to be
this. What?
busted.
Why did we even pass that?
But shout out to Marino on the Devils, who had that happen to him by Comfer. Has Comfer lined up behind the net, could easily put the cross check to his back, and he didn't. And I think there's got to be some recognition for when someone doesn't do the expected hot-headed move there.
You too, Jacob.
Thank
Hope you're having a good
Jacob.
night.
You too, buddy.
Where's the game? It's on Bally Sports.
Red Wings with a 3 on. Never mind. Yeah, that is a good point by Ken. If you got 11 forwards, Larkin and Brinkett will be out there together.
I wouldn't say Baez is the Tigers' biggest issue. It's easy to highlight him because of how much he's making. He's just vastly underperforming what he's being paid.
I saw that
He's not even remotely worth what he's being paid right now.
saw that the Tigers' odds to land Shohei Ohtani was like 50 to 1.
It's not zero.
It's not zero. I'm so interested to see like what he values, you know? Like I haven't heard anything about what he wants. Definitely a high stick, right? Okay. I was watching a game the other night. The refusal to touch a puck that's been hit by a high stick is so crazy in hockey. Like right there, Cop could have just kept going and taken it and had a good opportunity, but instead he just like kind of waits like, should I touch it or not? Yes. Yes. Does anyone know who the second goalie dressed is tonight? Oh my gosh, how are we giving that up? Did we really just bite that he was going to pass that hard? I know Toffoli's pretty good, but ooh.
Damn.
Uh-oh, 2-on-1. Raymond Fabry.
Nice play.
Woo!
That was slick. That was a good play.
Yup.
That was the exact amount of passes. Great shot. Lucas Raymond's been hot since Sweden.
3 goals, 3 games.
Lucas Raymond buries it on the 2-on-1. Fabry with a great play. Great pass back.
Good neutral zone play out of
Fabry
Comfort.
may have injured a finger making the pass. Can't confirm. I'm just speculating. Great shot. That is exactly where you need to put that, where he's not making that save. That is as high to the left as you can go. That he had no chance of getting to that. That's
Yep.
crazy. Great shot. Wings are going to be up 1-0.
Woo! Oh, did you hear the gobble gobble?
I did hear the gobble gobble.
Another neutral zone turnover for the Red Wings. Oh, drink it just wide. Another turnover opportunity.
Oh, what a pass. What a play. Hey, Larkin and Cat back out there together.
Larkin and
Cat back out there together. It immediately turns into a goal. 2-0 Red Wings.
What are the Devils doing?
Oh, man.
We are making them pay, and it feels good. This is what you got to do. When the team is not performing well, you have to capitalize on these moments, and we are.
Glad I got in on that money line while they were still the dogs.
Oh, bad pass by Hughes. Also, why is Vanecek lifting his leg like that? That's weird.
That was great.
Larkin, okay. Like, he looked like he was in pain during the celebration. It looks like he's in pain on the bench.
Raymond did it too. Raymond didn't, like, he had a little bit of a celly, but it wasn't a hype let's go scenario. This is a team performing well after being hit hard in the locker room and during practice of we need to get our fucking shit together. This is a we're at work right now. We are trying to turn this ship around, so we are not, like, we are falling apart. I like the attitude. I like the attitude. They're not celebrating and jumping in the glass and all that. They're doing like, hey, let's go. Let's keep this train moving.
Uso's also the second goalie. Nice. So it sounds like Lions earned that spot for this game. This is not a small game. It feels like being close to the holiday kind of. Oh my
Let's
God,
go! 3-0 Red Wings.
Pull him.
All in the last, like, the final few minutes of the first.
Get him out. Get him out.
Oh, baby.
Get him out.
Yams.
Lane, another beautiful neutral zone play. Oh, he didn't. I thought he passed that. It was a shot off the toe. Oh, poor Vanecek. Way to capitalize, though.
Aubrey with a goal and an assist on the night already.
Good puck luck.
That was good. That was good. 3-0 Red Wings, a minute 50 left in the first. You know it can't feel good when the camera crew's zooming in on the backup goalie already in the first period. You do not want that.
I could see not calling a timeout with 2 minutes to go. Ooh, I thought DeBrincat was going to get it. Thought he was about to take it.
D without me.
I don't remember what I was saying before the goal.
How about the turnover? Yeah, they had to announce both goals over the PA after that last one because it happened so quickly.
Yeah. Little miscommunication with Dougie Hamilton there. He wanted to shoot it. But right now, the way the Wings are playing in the neutral zone defensively is the difference. We're not letting them skate in, and it doesn't look like they want to do dump and chase, and it's leading to these turnovers. Hell yeah, Greasy.
That's hilarious. I've never seen FanDuel essentially offer you almost what your winnings would be. Like, It's almost entirely what I would win.
So you just take it, right?
It's like I would say it's like 85 to 90% of what I would win. It's the most I've seen in like a cash out because usually I guess I don't check here before then.
Eh.
Or I guess usually because they don't usually do it that close to the end, and since it's so early in the game, I think they're trying to save a buck or two.
All right, this team does look all business right now. Maybe not on the last one. Those guys look pretty happy.
Yeah, that was a little bit of like I think once you get like when it's 3 in a row, I feel like you know what I mean. Like the first one, you're like, all right, let's do this. The second one, the captain's like, all right, come on, this is what we talked about. Third one, oh my god, it's working.
Look at Dylan on the bench. Why are you smiling?
Right?
Why are you
Job's
guys
not
laughing?
finished. Job's not finished.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this injury. Did you see this? Oh, I hate watching it. There's when I was watching it live, I literally thought like he could have snapped something like small in his neck or back. It looked it was just like the direction that his entire spine was in at the point of contact, and then it flexes into that.
Yep, small grin, back to work. Yep. I think that's that could be the attitude adjustment that was needed, you know? Like that you had a hot start, you were you were the prettiest girl at the dance for a minute because everyone wanted to talk like, oh my God, Cat's scoring all these goals. The Wings are coming back around. Probably the hype with the Lions kind of leaking over into like, wow, the teams are turning around. And then, you laid a bunch of eggs and you embarrassed yourself. And now I think there needed to be an attitude adjustment of you're still, unfortunately, a lot of what you were last year. Like you need to settle down these emotions and keep working.
You got to work to be that good. You're not just that good. Wow.
That's a hell of the first
3-0.
period. All in the last like 4 minutes of four, like it was within like a 3-minute span.
Yep. That's funny. I was watching Sprong left his stick in that hallway. Wonder if it's like a superstition thing with him. So on the first goal, only by Fabry, they didn't give an assist to Comfer. I thought he was the stick that they got to put up there a little bit.
The Canes are beating the Oilers 3-0 right now in the first period.
Oilers are a hot mess. What
Ranger
a
up
mess.
1-0 on the Penguins. No scores there. That game doesn't matter. Jets beating Tampa 2-0.
That's good for us.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that is a crazy stat on those Devils. Did you hear that?
What was that?
17 games they've played. How many times do you think they scored the first goal?
Don't know.
3. Oh my God.
Didn't we open the season against them? Who scored first?
Didn't Who scored our first goal?
With the name Dominator, I'm glad. Like, I'm not at all surprised you're waiting for a game like this because that was a dominating final few minutes. That's for sure.
What up, Dominator? I remember Dominator because I believe on a video by Bushy, Dominator had really nice things to say about us. So I see you, Dominator.
We're only doing FanDuel. What are you doing? We're only doing no sweats for Thanksgiving.
Aw.
Come on, give me that boost.
So, asking you, someone who is a lot more emotionally invested in the rivalry than I am, when you see Michigan versus Ohio State, who are you rooting for if you had to pick one?
This year, it's different. I always root against Michigan, but I made a championship parlay.
Oh.
I made a championship parlay. Would you like to know what they are?
Yes.
It's
because I made one a while ago too, and mine was wrong.
already.
It was I
I think that'll be the first result for me.
I picked one before like the NBA one. However,
so I made 4, but all of them have Michigan winning it all because I feel like that would be the best way to make me feel better that they won.
Yeah.
But I'll always because I don't care, like, as a Michigan State fan, I don't care about Ohio State like that. So like them winning doesn't hurt me the way it hurts a Michigan fan.
Yeah.
So I'm rooting. I root OSU every time against Michigan. So if Michigan does win, I will be happy. And then after that, in all 4, I have, and again, I took the same strat of make me feel better. I'm hedging my emotional bets. Eagles to win the Super Bowl. If those hit, I'm cashing out.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know right now, if those 2 hit, I'm cashing out. And then I'm not even going to risk it because the other ones are where all the variables are, where the other 2 can be Avs and Bucks, Hurricanes and Bucks. Oh, I guess I took the Bucks on all of them. So yeah, my only variables are in hockey. So basically, the Bucks are the basketball team I picked, and then I went Avs in one, Hurricanes in another, Bruins in another, and Knights in another.
Okay.
But I will cash out immediately if the first. I don't know. I'll consider it if the first one hits. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't exactly have like extra laying around that I'd say no to it if it was a decent cash out.
I think between the 2, I'm always just kind of rooting for what I think the better storyline would be or would be of more interest to me. And I'm telling you right now, I think Michigan losing would be a more interesting play out of things that have gone on.
Especially considering it's Jim Harbaugh's last year here.
I'll just need to win both Florida State and Washington lose the conference, not going to the CFE. Oh. If Bama beats Georgia, they'll both go.
What are you guys saying that YouTube is Oh, is that you guys deleting what you say?
Oh, it must be. Okay.
Oh, you guys can delete your own messages? That's kind of fire.
Yeah.
I wish Twitch had that.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
I would like to delete my own messages sometimes for sure.
If you don't watch, they score. Yeah, apparently. What, did you watch the first 15 minutes? Then turn it off.
Casey says, I'm going to take the dog out quick. Comes back. Game's over. I just realized it's the first.
Harbaugh's either done coaching or he's going to the NFL next year.
Is that just like a rumor?
There's no shot he's still a coach after when all this blows over. Like, I shouldn't say blows over. When the dust has settled and everything has like been figured out and all the punishments, like all the investigations are done, no shot. He's gone. You guys watch long intermissions to, or you just watch along the intermissions out of no, we watch along the whole damn thing. We've been here.
Imagine we just like keep going on and off.
All right, guys, game start. Bye.
Yeah. See you in the first intermission.
Well, and those were all like solid goals too.
Yeah.
Solid capitalizing on the turnovers.
One, a lot of puck luck to hit the toe and right to Fabry's stick, but we take that. That happens all across the NHL. Luckiest sport, luckiest major sport, anyways.
What's the luckiest sport? Probably poker.
Yeah, I was gonna say poker. Anything,
Probably chance games.
yeah. Slots.
Maybe smart go to the NFL now because the NFL teams are going to be scared of. So I choose to believe the rumors because it makes me laugh that he tried really hard in previous years to go to the NFL and has been turned down. I obviously don't know that to be true, but I like those rumors because they make me smile because I don't care for Jim Harbaugh. I'm hoping a team gets desperate and takes him.
Without me knowing better, I have heard that any NFL job is better than like some of the best college jobs. Just because
You're right.
of like,
You do not know any better.
Okay.
Well, what was the reasoning you had?
Well, they
why
said
do you
with
believe
like with the changes in NIL and the transfer portals and all the recruiting you have to do, like they just said that there's so much more work to be done, and you literally don't know if your roster is going to be like even remotely the same the next year.
Oh, so you just mean it's easier to, you would imagine it'd be easier to build and maintain a team in the NFL than
that
college.
was what was being said. I don't have a hard.
Do you believe that?
I mean, it made sense to me. It does make sense that you don't know if like 1 year your players are just going to want to transfer out and voila, they're gone.
So at that point, it comes down to who you are as a coach and what you prioritize. If you want to be a god, you go coach your alumni school, which is what Jim Harbaugh is, and he abused that power, and now here's the situation he's in. He was like you could have been talking lifetime, never get fired, as long as you keep us competitive and beat Ohio State, at least every other year. He had job security, and he was going to be insanely paid forever. NFL, it's so much easier to get fired because it is you said, it's expected that it's easier to turn it around than in college and maintain it, that if you don't, gone.
That's true.
He's smart to go to the NFL now. 5-4 Red Wings. Wow, you're calling. I'm not gonna lie. If we only won 5-4, being up 3-0, I'm not looking. If that's true, I'm not looking forward to the part of the game where we get worried.
Ace, is it 4-3 at one point? Like we're losing?
Michigan to beat Yoshi last year, they actually considered moving on from. I just don't buy that. I feel like because it's the same thing. It's the same thing when people say like, oh, I don't want Jared Goff as my quarterback, or like there's not a ton of options out there. Like having Jim Harbaugh as your as your coach and like running your program, I'm sure he's a good coach, generally speaking. I'm sure his players love him. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Like, him being as big of a name and so well respected by people who root for the school, I feel like it'd be really tough to get players and a fan base on board with whoever you bring in next if you just got rid of him for not beating OSU. Like, he's already so over with that crowd. Like, everybody loves him. Everybody at Michigan. I haven't talked to a Michigan fan that's like, I'm about done with Jim Harbaugh. It's always rumors, from the outside. What's going on, Ty?
What up, Ty? Excellent start. I think I would take this. Man, I'm trying to think of a number. Like 9 out of 10 times. How many times would you take it, Josh?
Say it again.
How many times out of 10 would you take a start like this? I'm thinking like 9 out of 10. I would take a 3-0 lead like 9 out of 10 times.
I'm not sure I could describe a time where I wouldn't want to be up 3-0 to finish the first period. So I may have to go full 10 here.
Wow, that's bold.
But either way, his money is guaranteed. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And that's the beauty of coaching college. You're set. Like, you don't, like, the thing with college football is the goal of winning a national championship is so lofty. It's so difficult. And you're literally out of the running almost every year while it's a 14 playoff. If you lose a game almost every time, unless a bunch of other teams also lose a game, that not winning at all, he could coach there for 20 years, never win the national championship, but never get fired. Why? Beat your biggest rival, win some bowl games here and there, and you will never get fired. Ever. You do not need to win it all in college football to keep your job. It would be the dream job for a coach, especially one that's getting to coach the school they care about.
So what do you think the longest is an NFL coach is coached without, like, I guess, winning 2 playoff games maybe a year? Like, just consistently keeps winning one.
If I had to guess, I would say Mike Tomlin, just because I know they haven't.
Yeah.
Like, I would have, like, he's the first name that comes to mind currently of, like, maybe who's been on the team or who has not gotten fired without having, like, playoff success in a while, because they did have playoff success previously. Win bowl games, that's something Jim still hasn't had success in. I don't know. I don't know that to be true or not. I only know that I'm pretty sure they won. Didn't they win when they beat OSU? Didn't they win the? It's not a bowl game. Maybe I thought it was a bowl game, but when they won the Big Ten, weren't they Big Ten champions at least once?
I think they've been that multiple times. Hasn't the Big Ten West not won in like a long time? Like, it's always been like Michigan or OSU for so many years.
Michigan won it the last 2 years.
Who won it before that?
Ohio State for 4 straight years.
When's the last time one of those 2 teams didn't?
The year before that, Penn State. The year before that was Michigan State. The year before that was Ohio State. The year before that was Michigan State, and then 2 years of Wisconsin. That's the last since 2011.
But Wisconsin's Big Ten West, right?
I don't know.
I think so. Through that, Dominator. There is something to be said about making it to that spot.
I will say him just being Jim Harbaugh and being so hyped bought him time.
Yes.
It took Jim Harbaugh a hot minute. It took him
maybe
years
a little
to
more, huh?
It took him a while to get going, and once he got going, like, you can talk about the schedule all you want. I'll talk about the schedule. I think they definitely get pretty easy schedules the vast majority of the time, but even with that, they managed to create a perception that they are like a dominant team or whatever. Great Red Wings discussion. Just talk about Michigan sports, dude. It's intermission. You're in the chat. You're welcome to be a part of Red Wings discussion, and we'll respond to it. If there's Michigan talk going on in the chat, we'll talk about it.
Oh,
If
did
you
you
don't like
see that
it,
on the
bring up
nameplate?
another conversation.
Yeah.
Huh?
There was on DeBrinket's nameplate, there's actually like a space after the E. Like DE space Brinket.
I bet it's the font. It's the
Damn it.
font when they type it. It
Damn it.
creates a little space. Takes over for Harbaugh next year, but no, shut up.
Okay, have you seen the rumors that
You
he's
get
going to go
that-
to his alma mater at Texas A&M? Like, people are starting those rumors. I'm like, shut up. Just shut. Don't even try this. There's no way he leaves. There's
no
actually
shot.
a 0% chance he leaves the Detroit Lions. I would
I
bet
will-
my life on it. Texas A&M has offered him $80 million a year. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, hold up.
Yeah. Hold up. What?
Michigan started 20 left. Nebraska joined the big. And then it was. Jim K was in. I'm shocked the Wings are still even in the Kane talk right now, but then I keep thinking that, but then I got to remind myself, dude's already won it all. Dude's probably just going to go where, like, he's factoring in, I'm sure, different things that would make him happy. There are different things at these different options that would make him happy.
Yep.
Second period has started. If you're trying to sync up with us, our time is at 19:45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Last thing before we really just dive into this Red Wing talks about what's going on. Losing our DC doesn't scare me. Losing our OC, yeah, it does concern me a little bit with the Lions next year. And then there's a whistle, of course.
The thing that I'm factoring in with that is that the Lions are very aware Ben's going.
Yep.
It's being prepared for. I'm not worried. I'm sad, but I'm not worried. Like, Dan isn't an idiot. He's learning from the guy.
But
Like,
what if
he's
the
going
Bears
to
sign Ben
absorb this
Johnson?
as much as possible.
What if he goes to like the Bears and he has Justin Fields?
Then I would just hope that Ben Johnson is one of those. I would hope he's like a Jim Schwartz. Jim Schwartz is a phenomenal defensive coordinator. He's a terrible head coach. Maybe we get lucky there and he comes back. It's happened with the Patriots multiple times.
I would take him back immediately.
Yeah. All right.
Ooh, little flutter tip saved by Lion. Lions look solid. Hasn't really been tested too much. I would say defensively, the Red Wings look very sound tonight so far. That's like on the forwards and the defense.
Those like super high percentage chances.
Yep. I can't think of an odd man rush that's come our way. I guess I can think of like a couple 3-on-2s, but like nothing 2-on-1 level threat. Oh yeah, oh man. Watching players go into the boards like that. Oh, you can hear him. Do you hear that?
Yeah, it was the ref asked if he was all right.
Oh, okay. I thought it was him screaming on the ground. I was like, that's awful. I heard it on the third one. Did you see the Winter Classic jerseys that got announced?
No.
I think they're pretty ugly. Vegas
What teams?
Maybe it's not Classic, but there's some sort of a event game between, I believe, the Kraken
Make a
and
note
the
of that.
Knights.
Feels like a really good intermission or commercial topic. I would love to take a look at it during one of those.
Again, looking solid defensively. Didn't let him break in. And dump and chase for the wings. Oh, wow. Actually makes its way around. There you go, Raz. Oh,
Ooh, good
wow.
feed.
No stick for Vanacek. Oh, Ghost wants the shot with it too. Oh,
Waiting for the goalie to step on his stick here.
how did it get back? Did someone move it with their stick? Because you can't do that. I missed it.
Gonna get beat. I have seen those rumors, MSU. I have actually seen that.
Yeah, I believe Ty posted it in the Discord. That'd
I
be
don't
pretty
love that
dope.
pass.
Ooh, Larkin took his stick a little high. But again, shutting him down in the neutral zone. They don't want to do a dump and chase. Like this strategy versus what we see out of like Florida. Florida, all about the dump and chase. They don't care if you're going to step up in the neutral zone. Icing? Yep.
My unpopular opinion, I assume anyway, I'm over Winter Classic and outdoor games. They're still cool to hear about in the distance, but I don't feel even remotely like I used to about them. I'm not like excited about them whatsoever. Half the time the day will pass and I'll see like highlights like, oh, that was today. I used to like the first like handful of years I would make a point to watch them. Now I miss them every time. I never think about it.
I think I still feel better about them than you do, but I definitely don't feel as good as I once did.
Unless it's us. Well, yeah, at that point it's
Yeah.
watching a Wings game, but the novelty of it has completely worn off for me. Them like if there's no I'll say this, if there's no weather effect, then I'm super checked out. I don't care at all then. But if it like if you're telling me two teams are about to play, two solid teams especially, and it's like snowy and windy and they're having to like fight the elements, that creates interest for me. Otherwise, it's been going on for so long now. I just don't care anymore.
Bring a good forecheck.
Ooh.
Ooh. Sharp angle shot. Looks like Vanacek struggled with it a little bit. Popped up and out.
Oh,
Oh, that's
yeah,
super clean too.
yeah. You can't do that. Like you can't have your head looking down at your feet coming across like that.
I mean, there's definitely some head contact, but sometimes
I
that's
don't even
just
know
going
if
to
there
happen.
was. It looked like you hit him shoulder to shoulder.
And no fine or suspension, but
I'll
I
say it didn't
agree
look
with that.
dirty at
But
all.
I'm not saying it was dirty at all. Primary contact absolutely was completely clean, but that little wrap and then your head hits.
Yeah, I think that's your head making contact with them at that point.
Yeah.
We're at 15, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31.
Oh my gosh, this forecheck is feeling it.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Breakaway for the Devils. Lion steps up. Way to go.
I'm not gonna
Lion
lie.
comes out and breaks it up before he can actually get full possession of it.
I was expecting like more of like an actual dive at the puck, and I was like, Hasek? Job by Cider. Sticking with Toffoli across the ice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh, here we go.
Sprung.
Oh, I
Oh,
like the look.
yep.
I like the look. Just didn't. That sucks.
Defenseman played it well. He knew to attack him. Right, so Devils actually doing some dump and chase now, but surprisingly, what I think is one of the weaker points of this Detroit team in the past few weeks, we're actually getting this puck out pretty decently. He is big, man. Oh my gosh. Another 2-on-1. Fabry.
Good look.
Oh,
Oh,
whoa.
I think he was looking for the 5-0. I mean, it was there earlier.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Fabry looks very adamant about this being a penalty. I didn't see it.
Like Secret Service by Malone.
The wrist mics.
Ooh, we got a delay a game penalty going toward New Jersey. We're going to the power play almost midway through the second.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Also, I don't think Larkin was actually shooting. I think that was like a weird pass. If so, I think that's a really suspicious shot. I would not advise trying to go 5-hole from that far away again. That softly, I should say. I do need to be right back.
They went to commercial, but we're getting a power play. We're getting a delay game one. So what it's like when we don't take stupid penalties. You know, I didn't want to jinx it. Even as someone who doesn't believe in jinxes, I like to I don't believe in jinxes at all, but I will still not say things just so I don't get yelled at for when it does line up wrong. But I I'm hoping that this is a sign. They're like the non-stupid penalties so far. I am hoping the time they've had off in Sweden, with how poorly they did in Sweden, even with the comeback, I'm hoping that's part of what. I'm hoping that's part of the attitude adjustment and like the coaching adjustments that have been made.
Billy kind of looking like he's not getting much sleep, huh?
The Wings have a consistent history this year of late game penalties, and it sucks that a lot of them even come from, your leaders. All right,
Yeah,
they're
can't
trying to get
expect them
something
to keep
settled
that.
down on the power play, and so far that is not happening.
Gonna be real tough if you come through the neutral zone with no speed. All right, power play 2 gonna get up? No, we're sticking out there. Raymond's been out there minute 45. Okay, there we go. Some changes made. When you send 3 forwards below the goal line and you don't come out with the puck, that's a big investment.
Oh, maybe we would get another freebie.
So who's on this power play? Confer, Fabry, Sprong, Sider, Woolman. So Fabry getting an opportunity up here.
With 27 seconds left in the power play, we're finally getting something set up.
Sprong shot. Oh,
Ooh.
that was a hot pass. There we go. Bodies in front.
Ooh.
A good shot.
I was super convinced he was going to pass back, too.
Bang, baby! Let's go!
With a second left in the power play, the Wings are going to score. It was a shot from Sider from the point. I heard sounds. I don't know if they got tipped. We'll have to see the replay, but everyone's zooming in and pointing at Sider. So we'll see if it was tipped. It could have been by Comfer.
Oh my gosh, who would have guessed Fabry could be our net front presence? Who could have guessed?
That looked like a change of direction near the Comfer stick on that side angle. The flutter slightly changes when it's in that crowd, but I cannot tell. Doesn't hit Comfer. Oh, it hit the
defenseman.
Devils.
Yep.
It hit
Jesper
whoever that
Bratt.
dude was.
Jesper Bratt.
So it was deflected, but not by a Wing, so that should stand as Sider's goal.
Yep. Thank you for doing something different on the power play 2. Thank you so much for doing that. Makes me a very happy fan.
Yep. There was a second on the power play after the puck went in. That's good news for the power play.
Yes.
4-0 Wings about halfway through the game.
Wow.
Three-point night for Fabry so far. Okay.
Respect.
Something about these I know there's turnovers and a power play you can attribute to part of it, but can't hate on the lines right now.
Nope.
The line changes are doing something. I think that was for Hall. Who knows though?
Well, not a bad look from Veleno. You like seeing him make that time, take that space.
I didn't like what Hall did there, but it worked out. I didn't like how much he committed over to that side.
Uh-oh. Gonna say McLeod. You'd probably beat up on Raymond pretty bad. Let's get him off Raymond. That look from Sider, you see that?
No.
As he's going through the line, he knows that it was tipped. The guys on the bench know it was tipped, so he gave him a little like eyebrow raise, like turn your head a little bit to the side, like it went in the net. I agree, Jacob. When we made that trade for him years ago, I was so excited to have him. And then we just have not been able to see a whole lot. But yeah, to be pretty honest, whenever you
I will
do
be right
see
back.
him, he does seem to perform pretty well. This feels the exact opposite of the Sens game. I hated that I couldn't actually watch those games. I was at work and I had them. I could like listen and I could kind of like look over and watch it sometimes, but I was very busy. So it was kind of maybe even like the third thing I was doing. It was like a tertiary task. I was doing two things at once and trying to pay attention to a Red Wings game. But what I saw out of the weekend trip was not not ideal. And it feels like for whatever reason the Senators kind of have our number offensively. It feels like they're always going to be able to just perform and put the pucks in the net against us. But that last goal, oh, that last goal, I got to watch that live. I didn't know what happened because I was just watching on my phone from a good distance away, and I just see Reimer like throwing his arms up. I thought it like hit a skate or a stick in front and ended up like popping in over him again. But it was a good comeback. Couldn't finish it, and then against the Leafs, we just lose it the complete opposite way. We just gave up everything in the end. But our overtime strategy, from what I did watch in that game against the Sens, brutal treatment of the puck. We just don't get it. We just don't. Larkin taking shots from like between the hash marks and the top of the circle, like near a face-off dot, and the goalie can see the puck. You gotta stop it. Ooh. Lions looking comfortable though. Like I feel like sometimes you can see the confidence in a goalie, and right now, I feel like I can really see it in Lion. Yeah, like his head on a swivel behind the net, challenging pucks, arms in the air. When he gets down into his butterfly, it just looks like he's comfortable. It's the best way to put it. But they are cycling pretty well on us right now. This top line and good by line to get the cover, get the whistle. We needed it. Oh, the Hughes parents are there? That's pretty cool. All right, we're showing we're showing their dad on the screen for a long time. Ron taking another Oh my gosh, these referees or these linesmen right now, I don't know what it is in this game. They just do not want to drop the puck. They've kicked out so many centers. Oh, nice play by Fabry to get the puck out. That's pretty fancy. Fabry's buzzing, feeling himself. Oh, if you hit Perron on the stick there. Oh, good stick lift. Good forecheck continues out of the Red Wings, and then it doesn't. Straight up, the Devils can't really forecheck. I know this is going to end up being an icing, but this Devils forecheck is not great. Feels like if you want to slow down their offense, you attack them in the neutral zone. Ooh, shot from the point through some traffic. off the icing, so now we'll probably get a change on our forwards, or at least our entire line. I don't know why I specified forwards. Feel like he's slowing down because he doesn't have to do as much. I I agree slowing down. I disagree on the reason. I think that if he could be faster, he would. I don't think a player is going to slow down due to responsibilities. If he was fast enough and we could have him on the top line, I think we absolutely would. But I do think that the age is starting to catch up a little bit. It feels like you can really see him similar to the way I feel about Sprong and his skating. It feels like you can really see him trying to work and the legs are moving. It just doesn't feel like they're generating as much anymore. That was a really good play by that defenseman. Spun around Larkin. He's even a big body. Dude, Line could see it the entire way. I know there's a lot of bodies around that net, but he could see it the entire way. Ooh. Oh, up. Wanted to find Veleno. Doesn't find him. I don't see him going to his normal spots he scored at last year. I mean, a bit. I think he would do really well on the power play if we just changed where he was. Even tonight, and I know I've said it in other games as well, in certain situations when Larkin's, finding time and space to kind of get into the slot with his own opportunity, there's Perron literally standing on the side of the net doing absolutely nothing. He's not even like a passing option because he's right-handed and he's standing on the right side of the net on the goal line. You're not going to pass to that guy. So I think the way that we're trying to use Perron on power plays is not ideal. And I don't know if it's him not wanting to be the net front presence or what, but yeah, we definitely took him out of that spot, Ace. Like his responsibility on power plays is no longer that. It's DeBrincat's, and I don't even think we're setting DeBrincat up to shoot enough. Literally how we scored on the power play tonight was taking away a goaltender's vision because teams are not threatening our defensemen on the power play. So if they're going to give you time and space to walk the line and set up a shot, yeah, take the goalie's eyes away and trust someone like Petrie, Ghost, Sider, Wallman, whoever you want to put all the way at the top to hit those spots. And there we go. They tried the dump and chase again, and the Devils can't do it. Red Wings are playing it well, on top of them just probably not being great at it. Lion wanted more on that. Yep. Mick and Ken are talking about a Nylander signing in Toronto. I just want to point out what he should probably make per year versus what they have or what will be opening up. Would be real interesting. We'll look into that at intermission. You hear Ken and Mick disagreeing there?
I only caught a little bit of it.
They're talking about the salary cap in the NHL. And Mick goes, and that's the problem with the salary cap in the NHL. And Ken goes, well, it's there and it's not leaving. And Mick goes, well, not for now. And Ken's like, not forever. Like, and Mick's like, well, so I feel like Mick just kind of let his feelings out that he's not a fan of the salary cap league, which makes sense. He's an ex-player. You would love for the players to make as much money as they can. But
Hell yeah, Ruth.
who are the Canes playing?
I said it earlier. I'm forgetting now.
Good job by Sprong and Fisher there. Oh, they calling. No, didn't call
Oilers.
that one. Oilers, okay. Yeah, it's really good that you use to start the season, Ruth. Oilers Stanley Cup hopes kinda in the pooper. Good defense again out of the Red Wings. Not letting them rush in it at all. Oh, that's actually a pretty good forecheck. Finally got some level of an opportunity. Good plays.
Good passes, yeah.
Woo! What a
Those
save.
are really good passes in a
another
row.
Save.
2 fired shots. Okay, that was good. That was great
That was
offensive pressure.
beautiful.
That was really, 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 really smooth offensive pressure.
Yes.
There's nothing I love more in a sporting event than something to happen that brings up my adrenaline. Then you go to a damn freaking commercial. I hate it. There's nothing that kills a vibe more than jumping to commercial a mere 1.5 seconds after something cool happens.
So you're thinking about football and like interception,
Everything.
and then
Everything.
We'll be back
There's
after
no
this.
sport that can just let a freaking moment exist and like, ugh. Ugh.
I have an idea for the leagues. Fewer commercials, but more expensive slots. How about that?
Would you give up? Not give up, but I guess give up. What if I told you we would cut commercials, period? Would you say cutting it in half would be a significantly noticeable amount
Oh, yes.
for all sports at this point?
Yes.
Ads on jerseys. You have to accept ads cluttering your jerseys. Do you take it?
No. I think I'm that anti like overly advertised.
What about
jerseys.
everything but the jerseys? Every inch of the ice, the posts have a sponsor. Everything but, I mean, it's already on the helmets, and at this point it's already on some jerseys in certain sports, but you keep the uniforms as is, but you put an ad everywhere else. Think of something in hockey, there's an ad on it.
Right on the knob
puck
of
has
his
an
stick
ad.
right there.
There's a McDonald's golden arches on your puck.
What about on the knob of Petrie's stick right there?
Oh, that's part, I'm calling that part. If it's on the player, nope.
Okay. No, I think I keep the ads. Or I keep the commercials.
I don't know,
not
man.
the
They get
ads.
bad. They're getting bad, man.
I know, but I already don't like the moving stuff on the boards. I think
don't
I
mind
do
it.
a really good job of ignoring like the ads on the ice right now. But if you're saying that they are everywhere on there, and you're
I mean, look, they're already all kind of everywhere. Like, look at where they've grown. Suddenly, they're on both sides behind the net. They already had them like over here by these middle dots. Now, instead of it just saying like sports or playoffs, now you got ads inside the blue line. Look at the glass. Not even just behind the net. Now it's on the sideboards on the other side. It's already more places than you even realize. I think they're just doing it little by little so you don't notice it as much. Look how many ads are on the ice in the rink right now.
there are a lot, and I will definitely say that Raymond with the shot. I will definitely say that I don't notice them all. Like when I'm just watching hockey,
almost
I don't even
pushes
see them.
the argument. You know what I would notice? Not cutting to commercial as often. I think I was with you. I think I convinced myself that if they do it, especially if they do it slowly over time, I can get over the DoorDash ad in the corner on the ice. I don't care about it.
Well, Larkin's going to the box.
Yeah, there's another Dylan Larkin penalty. He's getting pretty good at that. On the face-off dots.
Slashing is a preventable one. Slashing is a penalty that you didn't have to do.
Broke the stick too. I would only want that called if the stick broke, honestly. I think you could also say you're slapping someone's stick away who's with the puck
Yeah.
But the stick breaking, yeah, I feel like you kind of got to.
Okay, but Ruth, how cool would it be if every face-off dot in Little Caesars Arena was Lil Pizza?
No, they are pepperonis right now. As I recognize all the ads I'm already seeing, adding a few more to cover the ice, I'll take that if it cuts my commercial time in half. They're everywhere. There's only a couple spots left to put ads.
I wonder how much people who don't watch the sport a ton notice them.
Yeah, you don't see that on football fields yet, right?
No.
It's usually on like the sidelines and stuff that you might see some stuff. And then usually whoever they're like at like the 25 line is usually like, if it's a big game, whatever that like sponsor is for that bowl game or whatever they're like supporting that month. Why aren't you at the game?
Oh, no. You could have got a gravy boat.
If you got there early.
Yeah. Who did that? Raz? Good play by Raz.
Oh, no. Sucks.
That's tough. Well, you're here with us for a consolation prize. $20 left on their power play. They're set up. Devils are moving it around. Ooh. Hamilton can be pretty deadly from there. Yep, there it goes again. Good job by Sherratt. Good work by Sherratt.
Here he goes. Breakaway.
Oh. Cop can't finish, man. Oh, that's got to be to us, right? Oh, man. We just didn't keep it in.
That was one little mistake from that defenseman away from Cop having his third penalty shot of the year, by the way. What do you think the most penalty shots a single player's had in a season is?
In a season?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, that would be third for Cop this season already if you would have got that.
Yeah, I was going to say it's got to be
less than 5, right?
Or 5 absolutely. Or less. I was going to say 4 would be my high end. 3 would be my best guess. Because I looked it up. And penalty shots are like on a dramatic rise in the NHL. I think like 3 years ago.
They used to refuse to call them.
Yeah. I think it was 3 years ago. There may have been like 24.
I have your answer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you looked up the same.
Most penalty shot attempts in a season Eric Cole in 1998 with 5.
Isn't Eric Cole No, I'm thinking of Ian Cole. Never mind. And I was like, I know he's old, but there's no way he played in the 90s old.
Okay, and what's crazy about that? The most penalty shot attempts in a career, Vinny LeCavier at 13. So to have 5 in a season, almost half of the most anyone's had in their career. Eric Cole had 2 penalty shots in 1 game that year.
Wow. Does it say how many he scored on those?
No, it's got like separated for who's like most penalty shot goals in a season is 3 with Pavel Bure.
Gotcha. Ruth, you got to be excited for football tomorrow. Eck, Indiana High School football. Got Detroit Lions. All right, so the 2 things that I want to talk about in this intermission, as we're in the second intermission now for sure. Huh?
Okay. Wait, can I give you another stat from this page?
Yes.
The most penalty minutes across all of this players through all Stanley Cup finals. So it could be across multiple times being in the Stanley Cup finals. The most penalty minutes, Gordie Howe with 94 total penalty minutes in the Stanley Cup finals.
Dominic, does that mean you're going to be watching it too? Lions should have a real good game tomorrow.
You hope so.
So 2 things I want to talk about. First one, Leafs talking about signing Willie Nylander, who currently makes $7 million. I won't lie, if they just signed Austin Matthews at $13.25 million, I think it would be very, very difficult to say that William Nylander shouldn't get 11.5 to 12 million a year. I think he is that good, and if that's the precedent that you're setting for Austin Matthews' dollar amount, and you're gonna kind of use his as the weight on what you should do with William Nylander, I really think it's an 11.5 to 12 a year. Especially being 27 years old, it'll be 28. So what? It'll probably get like a 5-year. Does that come out to be like 55 to 60 mil a year or contract total, unless he signs like a super massive one and they sign him till he's also like 36 years old. If you were to do that, they currently have literally $0. Toronto has $0. So when they talk about signing Patrick Kane, I don't know what you would do. You would have to trade, cut something. I don't know what would be available to you.
I am starting to believe in what Valeni has said.
Oh, cap isn't real.
The salary cap doesn't exist. Because he always says this about the NFL, and I bet it's the same in other sports as well. Salary cap doesn't exist. Teams that should apparently have no money always find ways to land big dudes in free agency, and it never makes any damn sense. So like, I bet there is like an emergency path that Toronto could take.
So
you know, I mean, if Kane's like, I want to sign there, they have an emergency thing they can do through some technicality that they could put him on their roster.
So the next level of that is that I believe that's like using the LTIR, and I don't know the legal things that you have to like abide by, or if there even is any, because I know that the Knights the other year, and even the Bolts, I think the year before that, both of them abused the LTIR, and in the playoffs, there is no like actual hard salary cap. If you need to bring someone back off the LTIR, you just can, and you can go over the salary cap at
Why
that point.
is that?
I don't know.
Why
Uh,
why during the most important part of the year is just the most limiting rule on building your team just go out the window? I
because
don't
think you
understand.
can like sign free agents. I don't think you can't trade people and stuff like
But
that. So I think
you
they
can sign anyone anytime, as far as I understand.
well like you're but
There's
like
a trade
anyone
deadline,
but they
but
say
like
like anyone worthwhile that would be on a team would have already been on a team, you know, and
right. So, but
they
at that
can't
point,
cut and then sign.
right. But at that point, then why even allow the rule then?
I'm with you. I'm simply just sharing what may have influenced why they made the decisions and choices that they did. It makes no sense. It's stupid because like it feels like all the owners are upset, or like fans and GMs would be upset when it works against them. But if they ever had the opportunity to use it, it feels like they were like, yeah, let's do that in case we need it. And then other teams need it, and they're like, oh,
I mean, because what if some stud in the KHL is suddenly like, I'll come play. Like you can't tell me a top player in the KHL can't influence
yeah,
a Stanley Cup series.
yeah,
Like there are players not in the NHL that would positively influence a team right now,
yeah,
easily, like several.
yeah.
So like I just don't get. I don't. I'd love like there's got to be some sort of an explanation out there of why. I've never understood why that there's no like why it loosens up just because it's the playoffs.
I don't know. I would love for someone that actually knows to inform us. But currently, and this is so insane, this is so crazy. Can you guess how much money the Toronto Maple Leafs have on LTIR?
I cannot.
They have 12.8 mil.
So if these players, let's assume they're all actually injured. If they're suddenly healthy, what do you do?
I think you have to waive them. I think you
Or
have to waive.
cut or make room elsewhere?
Yeah. But like that's what I'm saying. Like you would have to waive or cut people to open up the money to allow that contract to count against you. And I'm not going to lie, I don't think they are finding a way to open up $5.6 million for a Jake Muzzin or 4.7 mil for a Matt Murray. They would probably find a way to get Connor Timmins back at 1.1 mil or Timothy Liljegren at 1.4 mil. Like those are fine contracts. Those are fine players for that money. There's no doubt. But
I have a question I want to ask.
yeah,
What is to stop any pro team in any salary cap situation? This is like stupid, but actually how do you know this hasn't happened? Where they're like, we only have $1 million cap space. We know you want 5 mil. We're gonna sign you to $1 million, and I'm just gonna leave a briefcase with $4 million in your living room next time I stop by, and we never speak of it.
yeah,
What is like? How often do you think there is extra money being given behind the scenes to make these super teams or whatever teams last? How many players? There has to have happened, right?
I would
The
believe a
world is
lot.
too dirty for that to have never happened, right?
I would believe that. I'm thinking NFL. I would be thinking that Patrick Mahomes, he took a big contract. He was highest paid quarterback, but nowadays he's like the 5th or 6th highest. I wouldn't doubt if that owner has access to things such as like private jets, and he would probably say to him, "Hey Patrick, you ever want the private jet? It's yours." And there's a dollar amount that comes along with that in terms of like what it would take for Mahomes to have that himself, right? So like I bet there are luxuries.
There has to be rules
Yes.
to that.
You think so?
Like, there has to be. There has to be.
I don't think
like-
that you'd be able to police and say that no, that owner can't let Patrick Mahomes use the private jet whenever he wants.
Yes, you can. If you can police it in college sports, there's no reason you couldn't do it anywhere else. That's the kind of stuff that used to get people in trouble in college before the NIL stuff. So like people have gotten in trouble for buying a player a burger. So yeah, I don't think a private jet would be tough to be like, okay, yeah, you're clearly giving him more than what was agreed upon, or like there's got to be something baked in.
I don't think
There
so when it
has to
comes to
be.
pro sports like that. I don't think
But
so.
why? But why other than you've
Because
never
the
heard of it?
NCAA was so like in the dark ages regarding all of that. They've kind of just gone to the wild west with NIL, but like what they were doing before was like the crazy level that pro sports haven't done. Like we would have heard something by now. There would have been some level of they broke the rules because this guy got more money or access to things that he shouldn't have based on his contract. Like I just think that those relationships in access to luxuries are just available. Like they're just a thing.
Internet says it is illegal.
I bet
It
they
is
can
not.
still do it.
Okay.
Like I okay, maybe not can. I bet they
Yeah, I
do.
was gonna say maybe it still
Yeah. Oh, I
happens.
shouldn't say can. I
Obviously.
think they do. But
Yeah. Well, that's obvious. That wasn't my point. My point, my word for word point was there has to be something in place that says you can't do that. So it sounds like we are in agreement that there's no way the NFL has said, well, yeah, obviously you can give them value in other ways, but like outside the salary cap, that's totally cool. There's no way that's just allowed.
so you really think that they would police like Patrick Mahomes going on like his owner's private jet?
I don't know
I
what they would police or how they or how they would police it or what they would, but like it's probably one of those things where you get away with it if you're not stupid about it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like what happens like when they win the championship, they go out and the owner pays the bill for the entire team's like $80,000 alcohol bill.
I think that's different than what I am talking about. What I am talking about is literally convincing someone to join your team with a promise of additional value being sent your way that is not reported to the salary cap, like on the book, so that you can keep your salary cap to a certain point.
Okay,
I don't.
so
I'm not. I imagine sure. Like yeah, that's different in terms of just like I'm paying for dinner. It's not going to be like that because that's not a. The reason why that's not allowed in college is because that's like a recruiting issue.
mhm.
But when it comes to agreed upon value and transfer of goods for that value to play, yeah, I'm sure that because like it sounds like I'm scrolling through Reddit posts of people talking about this, like teams being accused of this a lot in like the 90s. Like this was something that was an issue. Apparently, the Broncos and the Patriots have both been in the mix of those conversations. It's called bonuses, but that's still part of the salary cap.
Yeah.
Bonuses just means that actually I shouldn't say that because I only know that's true for football. For football, it's a little bit different. There's guaranteed money and then there's salary money. But
So
when
like
someone gets
even if
paid like
it's
a bonus or anything,
so
go
even
ahead.
if it's not like a so they can't do like a written agreement or a promise to access to things, but like do you do you think that like they just kind of understand or like just kind of do like they're just hey, you need a jet out to blah 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 that weekend, you can use this, like is that against the rules? It's not a written agreement
No,
and
I
him
doubt it.
making him sign there, you
Right.
know.
I doubt it. I think it's more of a matter. I think that's more of like something coming in and being like, you just kind of know. Well, I don't think this like your example. I feel like just doesn't happen. Like I just feel like I bet that happens in a more casual, like a more non-obvious, non-big, splashy kind of way.
Yeah.
Maybe for some players. I bet it doesn't really happen too much with big names. I bet those are the guys that, because you have to remember, there's some contracts that if they're too bad, the Players Association gets pissed.
Mm-hmm.
So like a Patrick Mahomes or whoever, like obviously there's going to be some that don't care, but even you can even bring this back to hockey. Like a Connor McDavid isn't going to take a $5 million a year deal. Obviously, not just because he's not he's worth more than that, but Connor McDavid's going to get paid as much as he can because like a Players Association and other players are counting on that precedent being set and the ceiling of expectation being moved.
Yep.
So like I could see that happening more on like trying to solidify some like middle of the road guys who like promising a private jet ride for a top paid player in a league doesn't hold as much value as promising something like that to someone who's more in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Who's half their money's being taken away in taxes probably anyway. So like I bet that happens in like those middle areas of a lot of leagues, and I'm sure teams get caught. I don't know if that's something they try to keep hush or if it doesn't come out, or maybe it's not as prevalent as it used to be because teams have gotten pretty smooth about it, but apparently it was an issue back in the day. It was an issue of it being, it sounds like it was an issue of literally being paid under the table.
Yeah. So to
Which
bring it
nowadays,
full circle.
What's up, Weasel?
What up,
Hell
Weasel?
yeah. I want to finish that thought really quick.
Yeah, go for it.
The difference nowadays is now I feel like the way content is, the way players are commercialized, the way they can be influencers, I feel like they can just factor in. I feel like they're just making so much more money, not from the team they're playing for, that it's probably not even much of a thing anymore. At this point, it's maybe it might help if like in choosing your market because it's going to blow you up on your socials, and that's going to bring in a ton of side money, like on personal brand deals and sponsorships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there weren't internet influencers 30 years ago. It was TV stuff. Like it was TV commercials and movies and like big brand deals like that. Like,
yeah,
you got players now that are literally paid to have a podcast, like by like a company who are like, yeah, we will post your podcast. That's literally what the St. Brown brothers have.
Yep. The 30-13.
They don't really, all they do is record and submit and everything else. Like it's just a company that just does it.
Yep. So to bring it full circle, back to the start, William Nylander, if he were to get paid, let's say the 11.5, actually, let's go 12. Let's go high end, because there are a lot of people speculating he's in it for the bag, and you can't blame him. That would mean he's going to get paid $5 million more next year than he was this year. I know the salary cap is supposed to go up. I don't know how much it's supposed to go up. And
is it supposed to go up 5 mil?
No, I believe they said it was supposed to go up 5 or 6 mil over the next 2 to 3 years. So if we average that out, that's like $2 million a year. So really, he's going to be taking 3 mil away. You also have the unrestricted free agents of Tyler Bertuzzi, Max Domi, TJ Brody, John Klingberg, Mark Giordano, who's, I mean, it feels like the last hurrah. I would be so surprised if it's one more season after this one. In William Legason and Ilya Samsonov. Most of those players that I named are looking for bigger bags. So if he's already going to be putting you 3 mil like over the rise, where is this money going to come from? I guess Matt Murray and Jake Muzzin both end at the end of the year, and it opens up like 10 mil. But you have so many people on this roster. You have a full team you need to field, and just feels like they would be absolutely screwed. And the third period has started.
Third period has started. If you're trying to sync up with us, our current time is 19, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27.
Red Wings up 4-0. We just look like the better team tonight. It feels like our entire...
You can't say that often either. Like it's like lately, it's not usually, even when we're in it or we're winning, you're kind of like, we are being opportunistic. But you're right, they are looking really good.
Ooh, that was a nice play out of the Devils.
That was also a second period in a hot. Like I don't think we acknowledged that it was. Well, I know it wasn't like right at the beginning of the period, but with how often they've had terrible first periods,
Yep.
it's a nice change.
And it really feels like we just have a strategy and a team built to beat the Devils. Good plays by Sherratt. But I want to keep giving credit to our defensive strategy here. This neutral zone pressure, like right there, the cop waiting back and just stepping up at that moment. It completely breaks their break-in. We only have one guy really pressuring in the offensive zone. Matthews got to take a pay cut. About that. About that. He's getting 13.25 next year. And the next, I believe, like 8 years after that. Ooh, good opportunity out of the Devils there. Toe save from Lyon. Yep, Mata with pressure up there again. It's like we're watching the Red Wings play against the Red Wings of the last month. That's the best way to put it, or last few weeks. Their breakouts are sloppy. The dump and chase is not working. I mean, we're gonna let them take that shot out there a lot. I believe so, because I think McDavid is still at like 12.5. Yep. So he's making 750,000 more than McDavid, but McKinnon I actually think was the highest paid before. Yeah, McKinnon was making 12.6. So Matthews pushed the envelope by 625,000. Good play by Sherratt. Good play by Hall. And the puck's right back out. Yeah, did you know Brendan Smith's on this team?
I haven't heard about Brendan Smith in a long time.
Stop their break in at the blue line again. This is easy money right now for the Red Wings. All that money, nothing to show for it. I'll give my 5-second evaluation of Toronto. Oh, that's a trip. There we go. Power play Red Wings. But with Toronto, they really think that they could pay 4 players on their team like 55% of their cap.
Dude, that's like the video game strat though.
It is like
Like you sign like 4 free agents and the rest of your team is just dog and you're like, why am I losing?
Kyle Dubas, man. He created a mess, and for whatever reason, as much as I like him because of what he did for the Red Wings, how Brendan Shanahan lets that happen is crazy. Absolutely crazy how he let that happen. Ooh, nice face-off win by Comfer. Not a great shot from Sprong. Still a good opportunity just right off the draw, but Vanacek could see it all the way. Straight into his gut. Now do it again.
Who's gonna win a cup first? Oilers or Maple Leafs?
you asked me last year, I would say Oilers. Just because they're only kind of stupid with 2 contracts instead of 4. Well, I guess
Why
Darnell
I'm asking
Nurse's
you this
contract.
year. It's a tougher
I mean, it's
question.
got to be the Leafs. I don't think. Oh, hold on. Opportunity for the Devils. Just kidding. Oilers, I mean, I've just seen Kenny Holland lose so much talent from that roster over and over, and it doesn't feel like anything is being brought up in their system. I don't know the last time I've heard of like someone that I guess you could look at a team like Tampa Bay and say that, you know, they brought this guy up and he's going to perform for them. It's just consistent mediocre ads across the board and hoping that McDavid puts up 170 points. Oh, that's the beauty of the question, right, Weasel? Neither of them are. You're picking between 2 very low chancers, but at least the Leafs right now are in a playoff spot. Well, this power play was bad.
What power play?
At least it killed 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was 2 less minutes that that we'd blow the lead at least.
This is sloppy hockey back and forth. Man, you just want to see that one last pass connect there. Instead of putting it like half a foot too far out of the. I sure wanted that shot up there.
Ooh. Get 4 wings at the point.
And having it be like 2 of our forwards, like in the most like defensively responsible positions in that situation, is a little scary.
Turning my lights off while I slam some dinner.
What you got?
Pizza.
Oh, hell yeah. Did you know it's the second most popular pizza night? How's Cat looking on the second line? I mean, he got an assist, right, on Larkin's goal, but technically he was out there with Larkin and Raymond at the time. So he's kind of been bouncing around. We want 11 forwards today, Weasel, 7 defensemen. So lines have been jumbled. I wouldn't say he's doing bad because obviously he got the assist, but I wouldn't say that he's been a difference maker in the plays. Quite literally, like I don't think there's a single Red Wing out there that's like dictating play and controlling anything right now. It really feels like we have a very sound system that is just operating super well against the Devils. Fabry's actually done really well. He's got 3 points, so can't take that away from him. Jack Hughes is really good. He's still very young, has a lot to still grow into for sure, but it it does kind of feel like some nights he's just completely off. Like I know Connor McDavid so far has been having a pretty tough season, but when I watch Hughes, like sometimes he's just like falling all over the place. He can't control pucks, and it's kind of the story for his night right now. But we're also not giving him like any time or space to do anything. I'm gonna say Perron is on this guy. I wouldn't be surprised if the Devils are a little upset. You know what? Good for Perron. Way to create try to make a spark. No, we're up 4-0, but can't get too comfortable. We've seen 4-0 leads disappear in the NHL. Oh my god, whatever remix song they were just playing in LCA, they ended it with a gobble. It's the second time tonight we've heard a gobble in the arena. So 11:30 to go. Great play by Raymond in the neutral zone. Offensive opportunity comes out of it. Penalty coming to the Devils again. Red Wings going to go on their 3rd power play of the night. I don't think the Devils did get 1 power play. The Red Wings got 6 guys on the ice cycling the puck around. Puck is okay. I'm gonna say literally going around the entire ice. And DeBrincat loses it to the front of the net. Touch it, and we start to go on the power play. Dougie Hamilton takes the penalty. I mean, that's exactly what Larkin did for his penalty, but he broke a stick, so they call it even if it's not breaking the stick. I think the start Friday against Boston, but still going to be interesting what they do with Huso Ryan line in the future. Yeah, this was kind of one of the good problems to have. Oh, Fabry went down a little awkwardly, a little hard.
That looked like a trip too.
Did. But it's the good problem to have. If you think you have 3 goalies who can all start for you, better than having 0. It's better than being in the situation that like the Oilers or the Leafs are in, where they're struggling to just find a guy to be in the net. That was a really bad play. Red Wings have not been able to get anything set up on this power play so far. Halfway through it, 1 minute to go. Said it before, I'll say it again. I'm fine if they never go to a different camera angle in a game. "30 seconds to go. The Devils do dump it out. We keep having to dump and chase it, and it is not working. "10 seconds to go. Red Wings trying to break in again. Foul little play by DeBrincat, and we would have been set up here, but actually, just kidding. 8:40 to go, even strength.
Good back check though.
Yeah, good job by Perron. But there's a penalty on the Wings.
Yeah, I was gonna say during that while I was eating, it was like this just has the feel of too many penalties for the Devils, and we're gonna get one soon. Being up 4-0. It just feels like the correct flow.
Predictable. Devils got 6 guys on the ice cycling around. Until then, Larkin showing some of that passion again.
It
Oh, and they're gonna get Ghost for the trip at the end of it.
yeah, I mean, and a trip that looked just like that happened on the other end. I it's just it's a weird spot with hockey, and I don't watch enough of every other sport to know how this goes everywhere. I watch enough football to kind of feel like it, but with hockey, it feels like the refs don't call every penalty they see. It feels like I feel fairly confident the refs will see things that is a penalty and take the situation into account
Yes.
and decide whether or not they're going to call it.
Yes.
So the trip that just happened on Fabry, somebody saw that as a trip. That my belief is someone saw it as a trip, but they saw it as the Wings are up 4-0. They're on the power play. This could influence the game too much into like making it unreachable, and they're not going to touch it. The same trip, it looked exactly the same without a replay. It looked exactly the same right after the Wings penalty. The Wings do it. And I think in that scenario, the ref looks at it and goes, this would be the right time to call that. You know, they like the Devils are down 4-0. I should call this one. And I hate that it feels that way because I can't be the only one who can feel a penalty coming. And it's almost like they're being too predictable, like you said, it feels predictable. It almost feels super predictable of when a penalty is coming because you watch enough hockey games and you start to pick up on when they are going to flip the switch in their head of this would be the right time to call a penalty. Like this would be a time that would fit. It feels weird. Just doesn't feel consistent. Maybe 2 refs isn't enough. Maybe two sets of orange bands isn't enough. If you're going to say that you're not seeing them and you're seeing others, maybe you need to up your officiate. Maybe the game has gotten too fast for 2 refs. And rant. We're back.
Devils are set up right off the draw. They're moving around fast. This passing is looking good. They got a shot out from the slot, but it bounced like over the net. I'm not even sure if Lyon had to make the save, but puck's out. Devils going to be breaking out minute 20. Dude, our defensive strategy is the same every single time, and it's beautiful. They keep dishing it off to the guy on the corner of the blue lines, and whatever defenseman is on that side steps up into the pressure. If it would have scored on that, that would have been hilarious. I compliment how good the system's working for it just to fail after. But 45 seconds, Devils are set up. Oh, what
Oh
a
God.
play.
Oh
Oh, and they
wow, you
missed
just
the
straight up
net.
missed.
You could see the lifelessness almost out of Lion there, knowing that he had no chance to get over.
They're still pressuring. Good block.
I said it
And they
earlier,
get it
but
out with 10 seconds left in the power play.
I was watching just Lion towards the end of this PK. He simply looks confident, man. He just looks comfortable. Like all of his slides are
Turnover,
pristine.
fans on it, but his two the two guys he needed help from were both behind our net by themselves, so that doesn't help them. Five minutes and 45 seconds left in the third period, and the Wings are back full strength.
That was a risky play by Brendan Smith. Not looking that way and dumping around the boards when you know Sprong's coming there. You can just say we're going to be potentially 4-0 with 11 forwards and 7D. There's no way.
Mm-hmm. That's what he said.
Wow. I know I said I liked it, and I think they're a better team when they do it. I didn't know we did it so little and had so much success, though.
Yeah, apparently statistically they do better with the extra defensemen, leaving themselves open to kind of shake up those lines a little more on the fly.
Petrie taking the ring around shot there is completely a we were told to just kill clock. Nothing but.
You know, Proto, you might be onto something. Maybe the yams brought some luck.
Oh, wow.
They gave him the yams.
What's up, Proto? The Brinket 1-on-1. What are you going to do, kid?
Eh.
Give him a little shake and shoot behind the net. I like it.
Hell yeah,
like
wrap it all. That's a nice pass. Nice pass. There you go, Cat.
Where did he think he was going to shake the guy to the outside potentially? Funny. Fabry getting a couple bumps from the defenseman and Vanacek. Wallman and Veleno entering the zone. Wallman just eating clock. Soft little pass into Vanacek.
So at this point,
Hughes too.
oh,
I didn't know it was Hughes that missed the net like that. Dude, sometimes he is just off. Oh, that poor trainer.
yeah, I don't do that. So at this point, you kind of have the conversation of, do the Wings just need to keep changing goalies? Because how often a new goalie playing for the team for the first time puts up a shutout is pretty impressive. Can you imagine if Lion would have gotten a shutout in the last game? Wouldn't that be 3 goalies in a row? Wouldn't that be Husso, Reimer, and Lion both getting a shutout on their first game, their opening game for the Red Wings? No. That's what I'm saying, MSU. is that Huso and Reimer both did it in their first game with the Wings. And I think Lyon didn't let one in against Toronto for like the first, like, what was it, 2 periods or something? Good for you, Mary. Are you muted?
No.
Okay.
Why are you doing this?
All right, I'll just talk to MSU then.
Why are you doing this?
I'm talking about the Toronto game. I'm literally talking about a different game. He can't do it anymore. Even if you want to pretend that the superstitious stuff is real, I'm not even saying anything about tonight. I'm talking about if he would have gotten in Toronto, which he actually was looking like he might have, that would have been crazy. 3 new goalies to post shutouts. I like the turkey outfits.
Big fan.
Close, though. Getting a shutout in the second game is still pretty badass. Uh-oh.
Yeah, guys, I don't believe in jinxes at all, but I never like say anything.
You definitely believe in jinxes.
I was just quoting you.
I didn't say never. I said I don't like to. Sometimes it's the topic of conversation.
Well, here's the thing. If it happens tonight, it is every first game that they play in North America.
Okay.
I wanted to say the US, but they could have played in Canada in one of those games. I don't know.
Yeah. I would say my actual like superstition or jinx rule was I'm not gonna, unless I'm like doing it as like a meme to mess with someone, I'm not gonna say it to them, like to the person that is trying to fulfill whatever I am potentially jinxing. Like watching it on TV, yeah, it's not how this is gonna happen. But I could see there being an effect of telling a goalie, man, 2 minutes away from a shutout, and that messing with their head and actually having an influence. Or like a no-hitter situation.
What sucks here is I want you to be right. I want you not to have an influence.
I am right. And even if they do score, I didn't do anything. You think I'm the only person watching this that said, oh, wow, he's almost got a shutout? How much of a protagonist do you think I am in this world?
7 times.
You'd have to also, in the same breath, say I'm the protagonist.
Oh, that was a real high shot.
Yeah, glad we zoomed in on that puck. That was fun.
I want to see what their forecheck was. Hand pass.
I feel good.
Heyo. Oh, I didn't know that was actually a DoorDash ad over there. I thought you were just like making something up.
Exactly. You didn't notice, did you?
Not even a little bit.
I think I feel very strongly about my cover every inch of the ice in ads and give me very little commercials, and I won't even care.
30 seconds left. Honestly, Proto, I am fully on board with this. The team that we have, the roster that we have, you simply follow the hot hand in net. If I hear that Huso's in the net next game, that's fine. Then if I hear, Lyon again for the next 2, that's cool. And then if I hear a Reimer's in there, cool. Like, they're obviously seeing something in practice that is showing who should be the starter.
10 seconds left until Lion hits his first shutout as a Detroit Red Wing, and the Wings will win 4-0 against the New Jersey Devils.
Wow, wow, wow.
GG's. Yeah, Ken's not wrong. That was a great defensive showing. There was only a couple really big opportunities for the Devils.
Yep, we shut them down. MSC, that's pretty sick. I know a lot of people were trying to take credit away from that effort, but that's still pretty sick. Well then, the stat remains true. The 3 goalies on our roster in their first games with our team in North America have a shutout.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't have a graphic ready with that. Player of the game's got to be Fabry, right?
Yes.
No doubt.
Not lying whatsoever. No.
Not with 16 saves anyway. He'll be the number 2. All right, guys. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you hanging out.
We're thankful.
These are always these are always a good time. If you are new here and you haven't already, hit the sub button on your way out so you can catch the next one or to catch our next video that we put up. You guys have a great holiday. If you're celebrating Thanksgiving, please enjoy every bit of that meal. I'm sure it's going to be so good.
Remain safe for the night if you're going out.
Sink your teeth.
One of the most
in the
dangerous
cranberry
nights of the year.
sauce. Cranberry sauce. That's statistically incorrect now. It
Really?
used to be. Yeah, that's not true anymore.
What is it now?
I don't know. I don't remember.
All right, guys. See you next time. Can you say bye? Wave? Anything?
Huh?
Can you wave or say bye or anything?
To you? I thought we'd still talk after. I didn't think you're.
To them.
Who?
The stream.